A loud beep cut through the quiet of Outpost Sigma 9. Captain Jae-ho Kim sat up straight in his chair. His eyes narrowed as he watched the screen. The computer was trying to make sense of a message from space. "Captain, we know where the signal is from," said Hannah Lee from her post at communications. "It's coming from the Vega sector. It's from a Thalaxian science ship." Jae-ho nodded. He knew the Thalaxians well. They were the first aliens humans met after Earth built ships that could travel faster than light. Thalaxians had blue, see-through skin and 6 arms. They were peaceful and kind. They had helped humans join the wider space community, even though they were shocked to learn humans came from what they called a Class 12 death world. "Play the message," Jae-ho said. A blue image appeared in the air. It showed a Thalaxian officer. The alien's skin wasn't glowing as it should. One of its arms hung at a strange angle. "This is Research Ship Harmony asking for help right away. Cronus raiders are attacking us. Our shields are failing. Many of us are hurt. Our location is..." The message turned to static, then stopped. Jae-ho's jaw tightened. The Cronus were space pirates who attacked science ships and traders. They stayed away from human ships. They had learned the hard way that humans, Deathworlders, were not to be messed with. "How long would it take us to reach them?" Jae-ho asked the navigation officer. 8 hours at top speed, sir," said Officer Sung Kim. His fingers were already plotting the course. "And the nearest Galactic Alliance ship?" "The closest patrol is 3 days away, Captain," Hannah said after checking her screen. Jae-ho stood up. His mind was made up. "Alert everyone. Battle stations in 30 minutes. We're going to save our friends." As the crew rushed to get ready, Dr. Topark walked up to the captain. "Sir, I've looked at our files on Thalaxian bodies. Their homeworld has less gravity than Earth and thicker air. If we bring injured Thalaxians aboard, we'll need to change our medical bay." Jae-ho nodded. "Make it happen, Doctor. And get ready for injuries. Ours and theirs." In the weapons room, Security Chief Min Choi was talking to his team. "Remember, we were born on a world 3 times denser than most spacefaring species. Our bones and muscles are like steel to them. Don't use too much force." The response team nodded. They checked their gear, armor that would be too heavy for other species, and weapons made to stun instead of kill. "But the Cronus," Min said with a grim smile, "hit them with everything we've got. They knew what they were doing when they attacked our allies." Outpost Sigma 9 changed from a science station into the warship it was built to be. Jae-ho sent a message to Earth Command, responding to Thalaxian distress call. "Cronus raiders attacking. Request more Deathworlder ships if available." The answer came in minutes. 4 ships heading to your location. Show them what happens when you mess with humanity's friends." Jae-ho smiled as he watched his crew prepare. Humans might be new to the galaxy, but they had quickly made a name for themselves. Don't threaten what humans protect. The human ship HSS Thunderchild raced through space at top speed. Its engines glowed blue against the black of space. Inside, the crew moved with purpose. The gravity was set to Earth normal, a crushing weight for most species, but just right for humans. In the training area, Lieutenant Jun Kang led his Marines through battle drills. They moved with care, holding back the raw power that made humans so feared. "Remember," Jun told them, "Cronus armor is weak at the joints. One good hit can take them down. But be careful, their blood will burn human skin." Across the ship, Engineer Subin Park was changing the rescue pods. "We need to lower the gravity by 40% and add more oxygen for any Thalaxian survivors," she told her team. "Their bodies will break under our normal conditions." On the bridge, Captain Jae-ho looked at tactical displays with his second-in-command, Commander Jae-yoon. "Latest info says there are 3 Cronus ships," Jae said. "Light cruisers, made for speed and boarding actions." "Any word from the Thalaxians?" Jae-ho asked. Communications Officer Hannah shook her head. "Nothing since the first distress call." But we're picking up debris that matches a Thalaxian research ship. They're still out there, sir. Jaiho's face hardened. Cronus usually disable engines, board to steal research and supplies, then leave the crew to die slowly. They don't expect rescue to come so fast. They don't expect humans, Jay added with a grim smile. The captain turned to weapons officer Du Yun Choi. Status: barriers at full strength. Rail guns charge. Boarding teams ready. Jaiho nodded. We'll drop out of FTL just outside their sensor range. Surprise is our advantage. In the medical bay, Dr. Tai finished preparing emergency units for Thalaxian casualties. The blue-skinned aliens had copper-based blood that needed special handling. Their bones were hollow and brittle compared to the dense structures that let humans survive Earth's crushing gravity. It's strange, Nurse Jin said as they adjusted equipment. To them, we're scary giants who can break their bones with a handshake. Ta nodded thoughtfully. Yet they were the ones who welcomed us to the galactic community when other species wanted to keep Earth under quarantine as too dangerous. That's why we're here, Jin said simply. 3 hours into their journey, Lieutenant Sung reported from navigation. Captain, we're getting encrypted messages from the Asterisk HSS Aegis Asterisk, Asterisk HS Bastion Asterisk, and Asterisk HS Bulwark Asterisk. They'll meet us just before we reach the target coordinates. Jaiho allowed himself a small smile. 4 human warships against 3 Cronus raiders. The pirates had no idea what was coming for them. As the Asterisk Thunderchild Asterisk sped through space, the crew prepared in their own ways. Some checked equipment over and over. Others rested to be fresh for battle, while some wrote messages to loved ones, just in case. In his room, Jaiho studied images of the Thalaxian crew they were rushing to save. Ambassador Larix, a scientist who had personally welcomed humans to the Galactic Alliance 5 years ago, was aboard the Asterisk Harmony Asterisk. The Thalaxian had once explained to Jaiho why his people had supported humanity despite their scary reputation. In a galaxy of hunters and prey, Larix had said, it is rare to find a species that is both. You humans are hunters by nature, yet you choose to protect rather than hunt. That makes you special and valuable. Jaiho closed the file and looked out at the streaking stars. We're coming, old friend, he whispered. Hold on. The Asterisk Thunderchild Asterisk dropped back into normal space at the edge of the Vega sector. Its sensors immediately started looking for signs of the Thalaxian vessel and its attackers. 3 other human ships appeared alongside it, forming a protective pattern that had become the signature of Earth's space fleet. 3 Cronus ships detected, reported Tactical Officer Du Yun. They've surrounded the Thalaxian ship. We detect life signs aboard the Asterisk Harmony Asterisk, but they're weak. Captain Jaiho's expression darkened. Do they know we're here? No, Captain. They seem focused on taking something from the science vessel. Jaiho opened a secure channel to the other human ships. This is Captain Kim. Asterisk Aegis Asterisk and Asterisk Bastion Asterisk. Go left and right. Asterisk Bulwark Asterisk. You're with us for the front approach. Our main goal is to rescue Thalaxian survivors. Commander Yun from the Asterisk Aegis Asterisk responded. Understood. Weapons hot. Barriers up. Go on my mark, Jaiho ordered. 3, 2, 1. Mark. The 4 human vessels surged forward. Acceleration that would have crushed most alien species merely pushed the human crews back into their seats. Within moments, they closed half the distance to the pirate vessels. They'd spotted us, Hannah reported. Cronus ships breaking formation. Open communications, Jaiho commanded. All frequencies. When the channel opened, Jaiho's voice carried the cold authority that had made humans feared across the galaxy despite their relatively recent arrival. Attention Cronus vessels. This is Captain Jaiho Kim of the Human Space Service. You have attacked allies under human protection. Power down your weapons and prepare to be boarded or be destroyed. The response came quickly. A barrage of energy weapons fired toward the human ships. "They've made their choice," Jai-Ho said grimly. "Evasive maneuvers. Target their engines and weapons systems. Prepare boarding teams." The battle had begun, and the Cronus Raiders were about to learn why the rest of the galaxy feared humans from Earth, the Death World. The human ships moved fast. Their weapons fired bright beams at the Cronus Raiders. The first Cronus ship took a direct hit to its engines. Flames burst out into space, then died in the vacuum. "First ship disabled," Du Yun said with a nod. The other Cronus ships tried to run, but they found themselves trapped. The human ships Aegis and Bastion moved like wolves hunting prey, blocking their escape routes. The Bulwark gave covering fire so the Thunderchild could get closer to the damaged Thalaxian ship. "Boarding team ready," Lieutenant Jun reported from the launch bay. He and his team were in their suits, weapons checked and ready. "Go," Jai-Ho ordered. "Dr. Tai, get ready for injured aliens." The boarding shuttles launched from the Thunderchild. They crossed the space between ships in seconds. One team headed for the Thalaxian science vessel. The other went to the disabled Cronus ship. Lieutenant Jun led the rescue team. They cut through an emergency airlock to enter the Thalaxian ship. "Air is thin, but we can breathe it," Jun reported through his comm. "Gravity is failing." Moving to the bridge. The human soldiers moved through the damaged hallways. They were used to Earth's heavy gravity, so the low gravity here made them feel light. They found 3 Cronus Raiders at a junction. The Raiders were trying to break into a sealed loud door. Jun's team acted fast. 2 Raiders fell unconscious from stun blasts before they could even turn around. The third raised a weapon, but a human soldier grabbed him and slammed him against the wall with earthborn strength. "Clear," Jun reported, moving to the bridge. On the Thunderchild's bridge, Jai-Ho watched both the rescue operation and the space battle. The second Cronus vessel had given up after seeing what happened to the first. The third was being chased by the Aegis and Bastion. "Captain," Hana called with excitement. "Lieutenant Jun is calling." Jun's voice came through with noise in the background, but his voice was steady. "Captain, we've reached the bridge. We found survivors, including Ambassador Lyrics. We need medical evacuation right away." "How many?" Jai-Ho asked. 14 still alive," Jun replied. "Several in bad shape." The Cronus were after their research data on wormhole technology. Did they get it? No. The Thalaxians split the code among the crew. They were letting themselves be hurt rather than tell their parts of the code. Jai-Ho felt new respect for their fragile allies. "Get them home, Lieutenant." As the rescue continued, the human ships stayed in protective formation around the damaged Thalaxian vessel. The third Cronus ship was finally disabled by the Aegis and its crew captured. In the Thunderchild's medical bay, Dr. Ta worked hard to save the injured Thalaxians. Their delicate bodies needed gentle hands. For humans who could accidentally crush them with too much pressure, this was a challenge. Ambassador Lyrics was hurt but awake. As Jai-Ho visited the medical bay, the Thalaxian reached out a shaking arm. "I knew you would come," Lyrics said in a soft voice. Jai-Ho carefully held the ambassador's arm between 2 fingers. "We protect our friends, Ambassador." "The research, is it safe?" "Safe," Jai-Ho confirmed. "And so are you." The ambassador's skin changed colors, a Thalaxian way of showing relief. "When we welcomed humans to the galaxy, many thought we were inviting dangerous predators to the table." "And what did you think?" Jai-Ho asked. Lyrics' large eyes blinked slowly. "That sometimes the galaxy needs predators who choose to be protectors." 2 days later, the human fleet was still escorting the damaged Thalaxian ship. The Thunderchild led the way, with the other 3 ships forming a protective wall around the science vessel. The Cronus prisoners were locked in the brig, waiting for trial under Galactic Alliance law. In the medical bay, Dr. Ta was updating Captain Jeho on the condition of the Thalaxian survivors. "They're doing better than expected," Ta said. "Ambassador Larix will recover fully, though it will take time. Their bodies heal differently than ours. Slower, but more completely." "Any more information about why the Cronus attacked them?" Jeho asked. Ta nodded. "The ambassador told me their research team had made a breakthrough in wormhole technology. If successful, ships could jump instantly between any 2 points in the galaxy. No more long FTL journeys." Jeho whistled softly. "That would change everything." "Yes, and some powerful groups don't want change. The Cronus were hired to steal the research and destroy all evidence." On the bridge, Communications Officer Hannah was sorting through messages from Earth Command and the Galactic Alliance. "Sir," she called as Jeho entered, "the Alliance Council wants a full report on the incident, and Earth Command is sending congratulations. They're calling this a textbook rescue operation." Jeho nodded and took his seat in the captain's chair. "Any word from our friends in the Aegis *?" "Yes, sir. They'd finished questioning the Cronus captives. It seems they were hired by a group called the Transit Guild. They control most of the current FTL technology and don't want competition." "Not surprising," Jeho said. "Power and money are universal motives, it seems." Officer Sung turned from his navigation console. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from Centauri Station. They're expecting us in 18 hours and are preparing special medical facilities for the Thalaxians." "Good. Make sure Dr. Ta has everything he needs to keep our guests stable until then." In the ship's mess hall, Lieutenant Jun and his boarding team were eating a well-deserved meal. The mood was light, with soldiers sharing stories of the mission. "Did you see the look on that Cronus raider's face when Mina lifted him with one hand?" one soldier said with a laugh. "I don't think he'd ever met a human before." Mina smiled modestly. "He wasn't very heavy in that low gravity." Jun raised his cup. "To a successful mission. And to our Thalaxian friends, may they recover quickly." The team raised their cups in response. "To the mission." Later that evening, Jeho visited Ambassador Larix again. The Thalaxian was sitting up now, his color improved. "Captain," Larix said when he saw Jeho, "I was hoping to speak with you. Please, sit." Jeho sat carefully on a chair next to the medical bed. Even sitting, he towered over the fragile alien. "My people are in your debt," Larix began. "Without your quick response, we would all be dead and our research lost." "We were doing our duty as allies," Jeho replied simply. Larix made a sound like soft bells. A Thalaxian laugh. "So modest, yet you must know how your actions will be seen across the galaxy. 4 human warships responding to a single distress call, defeating 3 Cronus raiders with minimal damage. It sends a message." "What message is that?" "That humanity takes its protection duties seriously. That those under human protection are truly safe." Larix paused. "It will change how some species view you." "For better or worse?" Jeho asked. "Both, I suspect. Some will feel safer knowing humans are their allies. Others will fear your growing influence." The ambassador's 6-fingered hand made a gesture of acceptance. "Such is the nature of power." Jeho considered this. "We don't seek to control or dominate. We just want to be good neighbors." "I believe that," Larix said, "but not everyone will. The Transit Guild, for example, will see you as a threat now. They hired the Cronus to stop our research, and you stopped them." "Let them worry," Jeho said with a slight smile. "Maybe it will keep them honest." The Thalaxian's skin rippled with color. Amusement. "Perhaps. In any case, the data we collected is safe. Once we reach Centauri Station, we can continue our work under better protection." "Will this wormhole technology really change interstellar travel that much?" Larix's eyes gleamed. Imagine jumping from Earth to the edge of the galaxy in an instant. No more weeks-long journeys, no more fuel concerns. And more importantly, the ambassador leaned forward. No more waiting for help when it's needed. Jai-Ho understood the implication. A human response fleet could reach any point in the Alliance territory within minutes instead of hours or days. Exactly. Some fear this would give humanity too much power. I believe it would make the galaxy safer for all peaceful species. Lyric settled back, clearly tired. But that is a debate for another day. For now, I simply wish to thank you and your crew for your bravery. Jai-Ho stood up. Rest, Ambassador. We'll reach Centauri Station tomorrow. As he left the medical bay, Jai-Ho thought about Lyric's words. Humanity was still new to the galactic community, still finding its place. Some saw humans as dangerous because of their physical strength and martial skills. Others saw them as protectors for the same reasons. In the end, Jai-Ho decided it would be humanity's actions that defined them. And today, those actions had saved lives and protected knowledge that might benefit all species. He made his way back to the bridge, where the stars streaked by outside the view screen. The Thunderchild continued its journey, carrying its mix of human crew and alien guests toward safety, a small example of what cooperation between very different species could achieve. The SS Thunderchild and its sister ships arrived at Centauri Station right on schedule. The massive space station looked like a giant wheel spinning slowly in space. It was built by humans, but designed to welcome all species of the Galactic Alliance. Centauri Station. This is Captain Jai-Ho Kim of the SS Thunderchild *. Jai-Ho said into the comm. We have 14 Thalaxian survivors on board, including Ambassador Lyrics. Several need urgent medical care. Copy that. Thunderchild *, came the reply. Proceed to Docking Bay 4. Medical teams are standing by. Jai-Ho turned to Commander Jai. Prepare the Thalaxians for transfer, and make sure the Cronus prisoners are secured for handover to Alliance security. Jai nodded and left the bridge to carry out his orders. Navigation Officer Sung carefully guided the Thunderchild * toward the docking bay. The huge ship moved slowly now, its powerful engines barely active. In the medical bay, Dr. Tai and his team were getting the Thalaxian patients ready to move. Remember, their bodies are extremely fragile compared to ours, Ta told the medical team. Even in the reduced gravity of the station, we must be careful. Ambassador Lyrics was awake and watching the humans work. His blue skin had more color now, a good sign of healing. Your care has been exceptional, Doctor, he said. My people will not forget this. Ta smiled. Just doing our job, Ambassador. The station has better facilities for your species. You'll recover faster there. When the Thunderchild * docked, a mixed team of human and alien medical staff came aboard. They brought special stretchers designed for Thalaxian physiology. Dr. Ta briefed them on each patient's condition as they were carefully moved. Captain Jai-Ho stood in the docking bay, watching the transfer. Beside him was Lieutenant Jun, still in his battle armor. Good work out there, Lieutenant, Jai-Ho said. Your team performed perfectly. Jun nodded. The men and women are proud, sir. It's not every day we get to save an ambassador. As Ambassador Lyrics was carried past on a stretcher, he asked his bearers to stop for a moment. He looked up at Jai-Ho and Jun. Captain, Lieutenant, he said in a weak but clear voice, I have sent a formal message to your Earth Command. The Thalaxian Collective considers itself forever in humanity's debt. If ever you need our help, you need only ask. Jai-Ho bowed slightly. Thank you, Ambassador, but no debt is needed between friends. After the Thalaxians were safely transferred to the station's medical center, Jai-Ho and his senior officers met with Galactic Alliance officials. They gathered in a conference room designed to accommodate many different species. The Alliance Arbiter, a tall being with 4 arms and silver skin, led the meeting. Captain Kim, on behalf of the Alliance Council, I thank you and your crew for your swift action. The rescue of Ambassador Lyrics and his research team is being hailed across Alliance space. Jai-Ho nodded. We were simply responding to a distress call, Arbiter. Perhaps, the Arbiter said, but not all species would have responded with such speed and force. The fact that Earth sent 4 warships to answer one distress call has made quite an impression. A representative from the Transit Guild, a short, furry being with large eyes, spoke next. Some might say too much force, Captain. Some might wonder why humans are so eager to involve themselves in matters beyond their sector. Commander J tensed, but Jai-Ho remained calm. When allies call for help, they deserve a response that ensures their safety. Would you prefer we had sent a single ship that might have failed? The guild representative had no answer to that. The Arbiter moved the discussion forward. What can you tell us about the Cronus Raiders and their motivations? The Arbiter asked. Jai-Ho looked at Security Chief Min, who stood to speak. Based on our interrogation of the prisoners, the Cronus were hired to steal the wormhole research data and destroy all evidence, including witnesses. They were paid a substantial sum by parties who wished to remain anonymous. The Transit Guild representative shifted uncomfortably in his seat. Min continued. However, we found financial records in the Cronus captain's quarters that point to the Transit Guild as the source of payment. The room erupted in voices. The guild representative shouted denials. The Arbiter called for order, raising all 4 of his arms. These are serious accusations, the Arbiter said when quiet returned. The guild controls much of our current FTL technology. If they are trying to suppress new research, this is a matter for the full council. We have turned over all evidence to Alliance Security, Jai-Ho said. It is not our place to judge, only to report what we found. The meeting continued for another hour, with questions about the battle, the rescue, and the condition of the Thalaxian research. When it was over, Jai-Ho and his officers returned to their ship, leaving Alliance politics to sort itself out. Later that day, Jai-Ho received word that Ambassador Lyrics wanted to see him. He went to the station's medical center, a bright, clean facility with separate environments for different species. Lyrics was sitting up in a healing chamber. The room had higher oxygen and lower gravity than human standards. The ambassador looked much better. Captain, thank you for coming, Lyrics said. I wanted to speak with you privately about something important. Jai-Ho sat on a reinforced chair near the healing chamber. I'm listening, Ambassador. Our research into wormhole technology is more advanced than most realize, Lyrics said quietly. We've actually built a small working prototype. It can only transport data now, not matter, but it proves our theory is correct. Jai-Ho's eyes widened. That's why the guild wanted to stop you. Yes, and they will try again. Lyrics leaned forward. The Thalaxian Collective has decided to share this technology with humanity first, before the rest of the Alliance. Why us? Jai-Ho asked, surprised. Because you came when we called, Lyrics said simply. Because you risked your lives for ours. But also because we believe humans will use this technology wisely. The ambassador's skin rippled with blue light. Some species would use instant travel to conquer. We believe humans will use it to protect. Jai-Ho was silent for a moment. This is a great honor, Ambassador, and a great responsibility. Indeed. That is why we trust you with it. Lyrics handed Jai-Ho a small data crystal. This contains the basics of our research. Your scientists will need time to understand it all, but it's a start. Thank you, Jai-Ho said, carefully taking the crystal. I will make sure this reaches the right people. I know you will. Lyrics settled back in his chamber. The Alliance is changing, Captain. For centuries, we have maintained a balance of power based on limitations. Limited travel speed, limited communication, limited response time. Your species is helping us imagine a galaxy without those limitations. Not everyone will welcome that change, Jai-Ho noted. No, the Transit Guild is just the beginning. There will be resistance, perhaps even conflict. Lyrix's eyes met Jaiho's. That is another reason we choose humanity. You understand conflict in ways my people never could. You were born on a world that shaped you to be strong, to survive against all odds. Jaiho nodded slowly. On Earth, we have a saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Wise words, Lyrix said. Now go, Captain. Your crew deserves rest after their brave actions, and Earth Command will want to hear about all that has happened. Jaiho stood and gave a formal bow. Rest well, Ambassador. We'll speak again before we depart. Back aboard the Thunderchild Jaiho called a meeting of his senior officers. In the ship's conference room, he told them about the data crystal and the Thalaxian offer. This changes everything, Engineer Subin said after examining the crystal. With this technology, we could respond to any crisis anywhere in the galaxy in minutes instead of days or weeks, or move warships instantly into position. Commander J pointed out. Some will see this as a threat. Jaiho nodded. That's why the Thalaxians are trusting us with it first. They believe we'll use it responsibly. Will we? Asked Dr. Todd quietly. The room fell silent as the officers considered the question. Finally, Jaiho spoke. I believe we will. Earth has seen enough war to know its cost. We've learned that strength without wisdom is just brutality. The galaxy sees us as Deathworlders, beings evolved for aggression and survival. But they don't see the whole picture. What do they miss? Lieutenant Jun asked. That the same planet that made us strong also taught us compassion. The same evolution that gave us our physical power also gave us the minds to choose when not to use it. Jaiho looked around at his officers. We didn't come to the stars to conquer. We came to explore, to learn, and yes, to protect those who need protection. Subin held up the data crystal. So we accept this gift. We do, Jaiho said firmly. And we prove the Thalaxians right about us. As the meeting ended, Jaiho stayed behind, looking out the viewport at Centauri Station and the stars beyond. Humanity's journey among those stars was just beginning. They had much to learn, much to prove. But today, they had shown the galaxy what humans stood for. When allies called for help, Earth answered. Not with words, but with action. 4 warships, without hesitation. That was the message humanity had sent to the stars. And the stars had heard it, loud and clear. 3 days after arriving at Centauri Station, the crew of the SS Thunderchild prepared to head back to Earth. Their mission was complete. The Thalaxians were safe. The Cronus Raiders were in Alliance custody. Now it was time to go home. Captain Jaiho Kim stood in the station's main observation deck. Through the huge windows, he could see Earth in the distance, a small blue dot among countless stars. Next to him stood Ambassador Lyrix, now strong enough to walk with the help of a support frame. Your world looks so peaceful from here, Lyrix said. It's hard to believe it's a Class 12 death world. Jaiho smiled. Earth has many faces. Yes, it shaped us to be strong, but it also taught us beauty and wonder. Perhaps that is why you humans are special, Lyrix replied. You understand both strength and gentleness. A small group approached them. It was Commander Jai, Lieutenant Jun, Dr. Teddy, and Engineer Subin. They had come to say goodbye to the ambassador before boarding the ship. Ambassador, Commander J said with a bow, it has been an honor to serve your people. Lyrix made a gesture with all 6 of his arms, a Thalaxian sign of deep respect. The honor is ours, Commander. All of you risk your lives for my people. We will not forget. Lieutenant Jun stepped forward. Sir, my team wanted you to have this. He handed Lyrix a small metal object. It was the emblem of the Thunderchild's boarding team, shaped like a shield with a lightning bolt. We don't give these to just anyone, Jun said. But we all agreed. You're one of us now. Lyrix's skin rippled with bright blue light, the Thalaxian sign of strong emotion. I will treasure this always. Dr. Tai approached next. I've uploaded all our medical data on treating Thalaxian injuries to the station's computers. It should help if anything like this happens again. Thank you, Doctor, Lyric said. Your gentle hands saved many lives. Engineer Subin simply bowed. The data crystal is safe, Ambassador. We'll make good use of your gift. After the others had said their goodbyes, Lyrics turned back to Jiho. Captain, before you leave, I have something else for you. He handed Jiho a small device. This is a direct communication link to our homeworld. If you ever need our help, you need only call. Jiho took the device carefully. I hope we won't need it, but thank you. One more thing, Lyric said. The Galactic Alliance Council has called an emergency meeting. The evidence you found about the Transit Guild's involvement in the attack was too strong to ignore. There will be changes coming. What kind of changes? Jiho asked. For one, humanity will be offered a permanent seat on the Security Council, Lyric said. Your actions have proven that humans belong among those who protect the peace of the galaxy. Jiho's eyes widened. This was a great honor and a big responsibility. Earth had only been part of the Alliance for 5 years. Most new members waited decades for such recognition. I'm not sure all Alliance species will welcome this news, Jiho said. No, they won't, Lyrics agreed. The Transit Guild and its allies will fight it. But after what happened, they have little standing to argue. You saved a high-ranking diplomat and exposed their crimes. An announcement echoed through the station. Attention. Crew of HFY Thunderchild*. Please report to Docking Bay 4 for departure. That's your call, Captain, Lyric said. Earth awaits. Jiho bowed one last time to the ambassador. Until we meet again, friend. May the stars guide you home, Lyrics replied. The journey back to Earth was quiet compared to their rushed flight to save the Thalaxians. The crew took time to rest and reflect on all that had happened. In the ship's mess hall, off-duty crew members shared meals and stories. Did you see the news feeds? One crew member asked. They're calling us heroes across the Alliance. Not everyone is happy about it, another replied. I heard the Transit Guild is furious. Let them be angry, said Lieutenant Jun, joining the conversation. We did the right thing. In the engine room, Engineer Subin worked on understanding the Thalaxian data crystal. She had set up a secure lab to study its contents. What she found amazed her. Captain, you need to see this, she called Jiho over the comm. When Jiho arrived, Subin showed him a simulation on her screen. The Thalaxians are further along than they told us. According to this data, they've already sent small objects through their wormhole prototype. Objects, not just data? Jiho asked, surprised. Yes. Nothing living yet, but they believe it's possible. Subin's eyes were bright with excitement. Captain, within a year, we could have working wormhole travel. It would change everything. Jiho nodded slowly. Keep this to yourself for now. When we reach Earth, we'll brief command directly. On the bridge, Communications Officer Hannah was busy with incoming messages. Sir, she said when Jiho returned, we're getting a lot of requests for interviews from news outlets, and Earth Command wants a full debriefing as soon as we land. Tell them we'll provide a statement after debriefing, Jiho said. No interviews yet. Commander J approached with a report in hand. Latest update from Alliance headquarters, sir. The Transit Guild leader has resigned. There's going to be a full investigation into their activities. Good, Jiho said. Corruption can't be allowed to threaten the peace we're all working for. As Earth grew larger in their viewports, the crew began to prepare for arrival. For many, this had been their first real combat mission. They had faced danger, saved lives, and helped change the galaxy's future. They would return home different from when they left. In his quarters, Jiho recorded his final mission log. Captain's log, *HS Thunderchild*. We are approaching Earth after completing our mission to rescue the Thalaxian research team. All objectives were accomplished with minimal casualties. Beyond the rescue itself, this mission has had significant diplomatic impacts. Humanity's standing in the Alliance has been elevated, and we've been entrusted with advanced technology that could reshape interstellar travel. He paused, thinking carefully about his next words. I am proud of this crew. They showed not only the strength and courage that Earth demands of its children, but also the compassion and wisdom that makes us more than just Deathworlders. We have shown the galaxy that humans can be trusted with power because we understand its proper use. Jai-Ho closed the log and prepared to return to the bridge for their final approach to Earth. As he walked through the corridors of his ship, crew members nodded respectfully. There was a new confidence in their eyes, not arrogance, but the quiet pride of those who had been tested and proven worthy. 1 week after the Thunderchild returned to Earth, a ceremony was held at Earth Command Headquarters. The crew stood in formation as fleet admirals and Alliance representatives gave speeches praising their actions. Captain Jae-ho Kim was called forward to receive the Alliance Star, the highest honor the Galactic Alliance could bestow on a non-member species. As the medal was placed around his neck, he saw Ambassador Lyrics in the audience, still using a support frame but standing proud. Captain Kim, said the Alliance representative, your actions have shown the true spirit of the Alliance. Different species working together, protecting each other despite our differences. Humanity may be new to the stars, but you have already proven yourselves worthy allies. After the ceremony, Jae-ho found a quiet moment with his senior officers. They gathered in a small garden outside the headquarters building, away from the crowds and cameras. What happens now? Asked Dr. Ta. Earth has accepted the seat on the Security Council, Commander Jay said. And the wormhole technology research is being fast-tracked. Things are going to change quickly. Are we ready for it? Lieutenant Jun wondered. Jai-Ho looked up at the sky, where the first stars were becoming visible as evening approached. Ready or not, it's happening. The galaxy is watching us now. They want to see if the Deathworlders will use their new position for good or for power. And what will they see? Engineer Subin asked. Jai-Ho smiled. They'll see what we've always been. Explorers and builders, warriors when needed, but healers by choice. They'll see that Earth's challenges didn't just make us strong, they made us kind. As the sun set on Earth, news of the Thunderchild's mission spread across the Alliance. On hundreds of worlds, beings of all shapes and sizes looked to the stars with new eyes. Some with worry, some with hope, but all with the knowledge that humans, the Deathworlders from Earth, had chosen their path in the galaxy. Not as conquerors, but as protectors. And the next time a distress call echoed through the void, everyone knew who would answer.